Look at this nodule in the cortex. But first, notice the afferent lymphatic vessel containing lymphocytes within the capsule and the subcapsular sinus. Now back to the nodule. Here is a germinal centre and the corona or mantle around it. Most of the cells in the corona are small lymphocytes. In contrast, many of the cells in the germinal centres of the nodules have large pale nuclei. This is why germinal centres stain palely. The large pale nuclei, which seem to have no cytoplasm at all around them, are follicular dendritic cells. These cells actually have a lot of cytoplasm, but it's stretched out into long arms that extend out of the plane of section. Their function is to hold antigen molecules on their surface and present them to lymphocytes. They are only one type of antigen-presenting cells. Various other cell types can present antigens in very complex ways. More rarely, you can see nuclei as large as those of the dendritic cells, but darker and with a discrete rim of basophilic cytoplasm. But you really have to look very, very carefully. The cytoplasm will have a sharp outer perimeter. These cells are lymphoblasts. The edges of the cells are visible because they don't have the cytoplasmic arms sticking out. It's also easy to mistake lymphoblasts and macrophages. Macrophages too have large nuclei surrounded by substantial amounts of pink cytoplasm with a rather cluttered appearance. And finally, there are substantial numbers of small lymphocytes. They're easy to identify with their small dark nuclei. Small lymphocytes dominate the corona. You can also find occasional lymphoblasts or pro-lymphocytes with more basophilic cytoplasm than small lymphocytes and larger paler nuclei. The supporting reticular cells have elongated nuclei. And normally, if you look very carefully throughout sections, you'd normally come across a plasma cell or two.